See you later guys, my name is Kumar, you're watching me. Let's start today's routine video. Okay. As I already told you, my board exam is very near. But the near it is ended. The near is near replaceable at tomorrow. My board exam will be about to happen tomorrow. And today is the last day, not a day. Today is the last night of doing everything which I have done in the whole year. This is the last night. I have to prove it myself. But as a topper's strategy, teacher's guidance, I have to study till 12 a.m. or p.m. at the midnight of 12. I don't know what we call. I think a.m. 12 a.m. Because if I study at very late night, then it will leads to bad sleeping cycle, and I was about to get sleep in the exam, so it will be very not harmful, very loss for me. So that's why I have to study till 12 a.m. So I hope you really understood what actually I'm trying to explain you. So without having any further delay, let's continue the today's routine. Okay. So as I already told you, my I last night I went to the sleep very soon, just because of I have too much headache. That's why I went for the sleep too very soon. But after that I woke up at around 8:30, 8 or 8:30 a.m. and I went. I eagerly, very fastly. I went to the ground floor and I just put the full of full of water in balti, and I put down to be getting hot with the help of immersion iron rod, and I connected the electricity. That's it. And after that I went for doing the pee, and after that I washed my mouth, and after that I went to the first floor. I have chosen the clothes, what should I have wear today and what should I not wear today. So I wear, and no, not wear, I have chosen the clothes what I have to wear after taking the bath. I choose, and after that I went to the ground floor. I plugged out and I off the electricity, and I have taken the hot water balti and I put down to be there, and I started taking the bath. And after that I have taken the bath. After that I went to the first floor and I changed my clothes and I put the new clothes, not new clothes, washed clothes. After that I went to the ground floor. After that I have taken the lota, and after that I put water to be there, and after that I went to the first floor and I put the water to the sun. So it's our culture, so I have to do it, and it's really very good thing to do it. So after that I went to the ground floor and I worshipped, and after that I combed my hair, and after that I put my shoes. After that I have decided that I have to go to laminate my admit card. After that I have taken the money. After that I went to the shop. I went to the two shop, but all the shops were closed at 10. I don't know why it's already happened. So I don't know. Yeah, after that, what I have done after that, I came to the home and I come to the first floor and I started doing the English. So this is thing that I have done. Wait, guys. So I have started doing the English, and there is nothing that I have done. So what I have done? English. That's it. I've brought. Let me show you. It's I've got it confident. What I have done the all day. Let me show you. So here is the exam, not exam idea. It is the Oswald book, which is the previous 10 years sample paper solved. Not a sample paper, previous years solved papers. Not a sample paper. It is a real paper which have come from the last 10 years here. But guys, this is not only a English subject. This is about the all subject, that is English, mathematics, economics, accounts, business. Okay, the IP is excluded. It is an optional subject. That's why it here is not included. Okay, and after that today I studied with here the English subject, and let me show you one more. And I've also revised the all the formats that I have done, and I have done the roadside stand, my mother at 66, keeping quiet, a thing of beauty, the interview, going places, and indigo, and red trap. Edla in the Edla is the character of the red trap. Yeah. uh, Deep water, Saibe Alam. Saibe Alam is the story about a guy who belongs to a very poor family, and they is carousing the garbage to search something. It seems like finding a rupee or a coin, or sometimes he finds a 10 rupee, but carousing a garbage for his family is a livelihood. But for Saibe Alam, it is for their like a treasure. They got some treasure from their, like someone's shoes, because they can't wear shoes because they don't have enough money to purchase it. The shoes, a pair of shoes were to both legs shoes. It was different. That's it. Lost spring, you know. The last lesson. Yeah. So here is the, as you can see, here is article. What god? Something here. Basically, here is the chapter list the things of beauty mentioned in the poem, A Thing of Beauty. What was the plea of the folk who had put up the roadside stand? Why is grandeur associated with the mighty dead? Who is Mr. Lamb? How does Daddy get into his garden? Do you think all this will change Daddy's attitude towards Mr. Lamb? Read the extract and answer the given question. The thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Name the poem and the poet of the above lines. Of course, a thing of beauty. We already know the name. Here is also already written. A thing of beauty, and the poet name. Let me remember. First poem is, uh, I have to remember it fast. Okay, the first, my mother at 66, keeping quiet, a mother at 66. Okay, okay, done. The poet's name started with the letter J. Then J. J. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never. Okay, I know the poet's name, starting letter is J. Uh, I know the first poem is My Mother at 66, whose writer is, I forget everything. What is happening? Let me remember it. Kamla Das. And the second is Keeping Quiet. Second is Keeping Quiet. The uh, what is the name? What is the name? What is the name? I learned everything. I didn't catch. I didn't got in my mind. Let me pause, guys. First, let me learn that. But I can't cheat. If I cheat, then I no, I can't see anywhere, because it's not the exam where I cheat. If I see somewhere, then I'll tell you. I am pausing the video so that the videos line not got too much longer. So guys, I didn't saw anywhere. I just trying to know that, and I know the, and I find the all the chapter. The first poem is A Thing of Beauty, whose writer was, whose writer is Kamla Das, and the second the second poem name is what, The Keeping Quiet, whose writer name is Pablo Neruda, and the third poem name is A Thing of Beauty, which is here, and the name is John Keats, and the fourth is A Roadside Stands, Robert Frost, and the last but not least, that is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, Christopher Stephen. That's it. But guys, I wanted to tell you something that I didn't look anywhere and I didn't saw anywhere the writer's name. I just trying to memorize. But guys, it's something very a big mistake that I have taken too much time by remembering the all the names. But this is not cool, not good in exam. It leads to the lack of time experience and it leads to the very bad thing. So I shouldn't do this such kind of things. I will improve it, and I really tell you I'll improve it. Okay, let's revise again. The first poem name is A Thing of Beauty, Kamala Das. Keeping Quiet, Pablo Neruda. A Thing of Beauty, John Keats. A Roadside Stand, Robert Frost. Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, and Rene Rich. Rene Rich. So yeah, I've done this, and let me show you one more. And I didn't show you format. Let me show you the format. So here is the format. As you can see, a guy here is written as boy. Yes, I done this, and here is the format. The first format is about the notice. So you notice basically I have write that on the first that name of the organization in capital and the block letters, or the address. I forget the address. That is the big mistake that I have done ever. So I have to add the address to be there. The first is name of the organization address, and after that notice, and the side date, and after it middle I have to write the topic. After that the content. So all the students are hereby informed that notice is hereby informed that notice is hereby given that all the students or members are hereby informed that. That's it. Subject, date, time, location, duration. Interested student may contact the undersigned latest by February 16, 2024. After that, signature, name, designation. And notice is end. There is nothing about it. Notice I have to give just a 4 or 5 minutes to be here, and there is no need to put too many times to be here. That's it. So after that is invitation. Invitation, there is two types of invitation. That is formal invitation and the informal invitation. The formal invitation contains two things, in a card form, in a letter form. If we have to give an invitation only even a single person, so I have to write a letter form. And if I give, if I have to give more than one, or at a bulk amount of peoples, so I have to give like a card format. So suppose that you are the organizer of marriage, like somebody's have, wait guys, yeah, suppose that you are the organizer, and you have to invite the persons, like a lot of amount, like more than 100 people. So you can write a letter for every person. Do you really think it will be possible if you have only a one day or a, this is not good. It is just a waste of time. Even if you have 1 month, then it is a waste of time. You have to give them card. That's it. Like you have made the one card and taking the print out or any stuff. That's it. And the second is informal letter. So before going to start the card, I wanted to know that I wanted to tell you that in a card format, we, like in a school, we have to write it: the management, principal, staff, and students of Silver Oaks School, Delhi, cordially invited you on the occasion of annual day function of their school on Friday 6th October 2023 from 7 a.m. onwards. Miss Yogita Sagar shall grace the occasion at the end. RSVP principal with best compliments from school management. That's it. So after that, the, formal invitation. There is nothing, just a sender's address, date, receiver's address. After that, dear sir, everything, the person. It is with immense pride that, subject, we would be greatly obliged if you could spare time from your busy schedule. Kindly confirm your availability at time. At the time, yours sincerely, Amar Kumar. So after that is informal invitation. There is nothing, just a sender's address, date, Dear Aditya, the person, and after that the contact, after that yours affectionately, Amar Kumar. And after that the third topic is replies. Replies is also similarly as a two form. One is formal and the another is informal. So in formal replies we just only have to write the name of the person who had already given the invitation. Like, I got an invitation, my name is Amar, and I got an invitation. So I have to start like that, Mr. Amar, thank for their kind invitation. It means to say that nobody thanks to me. Mr. Amar, thanks for your kind invitation. Nobody thanks to me. Even I am indirectly telling to the person who invited me, I am telling to him thank you. Him, his or her, thank you, who is invited me. That's it. There is nothing. Do you really get it? Is there any hard work? Any hard work? There is nothing. So, Mr. Amar, thank you for your kind invitation to details, day, date, time, and has great pleasure in accepting it. If you want to accept the letter, then you have to write and confirm the presence at the venue scheduled time. Or if you want to regret the letter, then you have to write it. But regret their inability due to some health prior. That's it. Ending is there is nothing like yours sincerely. There is no need to write ending. So let's learn this. Mr. Amar, thank for their kind invitation. Mr. Amar, thanks for their kind invitation. Let's Mr. Amar, thanks for their kind invitation to details, daytime, location. Details, daytime, only details, daytime, and it's great pleasure in accepting it. But due to this some reason, that's just learned. Mr. Amar, thank you for their great invitation. At details daytime. That's it. And has great pleasure in accepting it. But due to some reasons, I am not able to come. But I will accept the reason, and I will totally come. I'm totally sure. So here is that, and after that, informal reply. So sender's address, date, sender's address, date, and content. Dear Aditya, you know one thing. The formal invitation is same as informal reply. Wait. Informal invitation. No. Sorry. Formal invitation letter. Formal invitation, which is in the form of letter, is the same as informal reply. No, there is no same, there is no receiver's address. So I have to learn this, okay? So sender's address, date, dear Aditya, I'm pleasantly surprised to receive your invitation. I will be delightful to join the celebration, or I really feel bad not to be able to personally to join the occasion. Your Samar Kumar, that's it. Yo, so sender's address, date, dear Aditya, I'm pleasantly surprised to receive your invitation. I'll be delightful to join the celebration, or I really feel bad not to be able to personally join. So let's complete invitation and reply. Let me complete. Invitation. There are two forms. The first is formal invitation and the second is informal invitation. The formal invitation has 2 points, that is reply. Sorry. The formal invitation has two kinds: in the form of card we have to send, or in the form of letter we have to send it. The format of card is: the management, principal, staff and students of Silver Oaks Public School, Delhi, cordially invited you on the occasion of annual day function of their school on 6 February 2023 from 7 a.m. onwards. Ms. Yogita Sagar shall grace the occasion. RSVP with best compliments from school management. So it is the card format, and the another is the formal invitation part. The second part is formal invitation with the type of letter. So the format is simple: sender's address, date, receiver's address. then dear sir, with after that the content, and after that your affectionately Amar Kumar. Okay, so here is the formal invitation in the two form card and letter, as I already told you. And the next one is informal invitation. So it is the simple is sender's address, date, dear Aditya, content, and your affectionately. That's it. And after that we have the topic of reply. The topic of reply means we have 2 points in reply: the formal reply and the another is informal reply. Okay, so let's do it. So basically what we have to do it in formal reply, we just only the taking the name of, like someone invited me, so my name is Amar, so I have to start the letter like that. Mr. Amar, uh, Mr. Amar, thank you for your great invitation. That's it. The starting point is like that, and the and after that we have to show that accepting the your invitation, but due to the some reasons I am able to come, and due to some reasons I will not able to come. So the next is informal reply. We just only have to write the sender's address and date, dear, content your affectionately, sender's date, dear, content your right. Here is right. Kind invitation. Thank you for your kind invitation, not a great invitation. And the third is informal for invitation, that is in the form of informal, and the next is formal. Okay, the formal invitation form, the management principal start and the management principal, staff and students of Silver Oaks School, New Delhi, cordially invite you on the occasion of annual day celebration of their school on Friday, 6th October 2024, from 7 p.m. onwards. Ms. Yogita Sagar shall grace the occasion as VP principal with best compliments from school management. That's it. There is nothing to learn. Yeah, after that, the formal invitation letter sent as a day receiver said a subject respect is sir, with best means I will write yours affectionately, yours sincerely, Amar Kumar. And the another is reply. The reply is informal reply and the formal reply. Informal reply, the same format is sent as a date, there are the content, yours affectionately, XYZ. Informal invitation, not formal. The formal invitation, as I already told you, in invitation there are two forms: informal and informal. The formal has two form, that is in cardly form, and the formal has the another form, that is a letter form. And the next one is informal invitation, where we have to write in the form of card, the sender's address, date, dear Aditya, content, yours affectionately, XYZ. And the replies, as I already told you, there are two forms: formal replies, informal replies. In formal replies, we only have to write the name, the person who getting the invitation, like my name is Amar Kumar, so I have to write Mr. Amar Kumar, thank you for their kind invitation to details, date, time, location, and has great pleasure in the accepting, but due to some reasons I'll not be able to come, or I'll able to come, and be sure I'll come. Okay. And the informal reply, we have to just write sentence address, date, dear Aditya, and then content, yours affectionately, Amar Kumar. So going to the next topic. It had really taken the lots of time. I don't know why. Then the topic, it's 100% come. 100% will came. Letter to editor. So without looking to be here, let me explain you, because it got in my mind. I wrote, like Ratna. I don't know what you call Ratna in English. I learned this. Sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, dear sir. Then the first paragraph, letter to editor, we have to write. Uh, okay, letter to editor, yeah. So the first paragraph is, through the columns of your streamed newspaper, I would like to draw your attention towards the problem of this, and after that I have to tell the problem, yeah. And the third para is about the solution, and the fourth para is, I hope you will publish this letter of mine so that the concerned authorities can take necessary action as soon as possible. Your affectionately, Amar Kumar. That's it. Yours sincerely, your fact is lately. So I will let me revise it. Send us a date, receiver, sir, subject, dear sir. Through the columns of your stream newspaper, I would like to draw your attention towards the problem of second paragraph, problem, third paragraph, suggest, solution, suggest, and fourth paragraph. I hope you will publish this letter of mine so the concerned authorities can take. I hope you will publish this letter of mine newspaper so that the concerned authorities can take necessary actions as soon as possible. Yours sincerely, Amar Kumar. The fourth, the five about the job application. Let me write it. Let me tell you before looking it here. Okay, send us the date receiver subject, subject, dear sir. Yeah, here from here I'm good. I already learned. So we have to tell about the job for the post of job. So we have to start that. We have to start it like that with the reference, with the reference to your advertisement from the Times of India as in dated for the post of job name. I want to apply for this post. So the para we have to close like that. With the reference to your advertisement in the Times of India dated February 2024, the post of job name, I want to apply for this post. The first para will be closed like that. In the second para, we have to tell about our capabilities, our abilities. So that's it. So the think that like I'm hardworking, honest, and punctual. I'll if you give me a if you choose me, then it will really serving you at a very good manner, and I really believe me that I'll do very too much thing for your company. That's it. And the at the end we have to close like that. No. Please find and close my biodata for the end purpose. If you given a chance to serve you, I assure that I shall work with utmost sincerity and dedication, hoping for the favorable response. Because this the last para, my tuition teacher taught something differently. Let me look at there first. Yeah, there is nothing any kind of difference. So I just only have to told like that. I'm enclosing my biodata to be here. If given a chance to serve you, I assure you that I shall work with utmost sincerity and dedication, hoping for a favorable response. That's it, and there is nothing that I have to told here. Yours truly, XYZ. I have to enclose like that. Resume, CV, biodata. At the end, ENCL, and the uh two dot like it. I don't know what in punctuation we called it. I don't know. I'll tell you. Okay, resume CV biodata. The resume slash CV slash biodata. The thing like I have written the resume, then I have to wrote in the page resume, and after that the thing that I have done. Wait, guys. So yeah, I've done all the things, and so the next is report writing. Basically, report writing is also in the format of two. I forget this. I totally forget in tuition the format of this. How can I do like that? Tomorrow is my exam. So let me clear it. We have to write a report in the two forms. Like in invitation we have informal, formal. In reply we have informal and formal. As similarly in Similarly in report writing we have two forms. In newspaper reports, and the third is magazine reports. So in newspaper reports we have to like this heading. Okay, heading clear. After that, what? By name by Amar Kumar, head of the student, and the newspaper name the Times of India. Yeah. After that, we have to first mention place and date. After that, in first paragraph, we have to give just a general review, general overview. After that, I have to write in a single paragraph: four people were killed and at least two seriously injured when car rammed into a bus at date place time. The injured were immediately taken to the nearby hospital where they succumbed to death. The police have registered a case against the inspector. Eyewitness said like that. And after that, in the form of B magazine report, we have to right click heading by Amar Kumar designation. So we in newspaper we just only put the first place and date. After that, in first paragraph, general overview, and the after that, and in magazine we just only have to write heading by name designation. That's it. And after that, event was organized by this and where date time location everyone participated enthusiastically. So this is the format. And the last but not least, the article writing heading as always by writer name. And we have to divide the all the articles in the three forms. The first form is, I think, introduction, yeah, beginning or introduction. And the second para is cause and effects, and the third para solution or conclusion, or conclusion or solution. That's it, guys. Yeah, so this is the last thing that I have ever. So let me show you the picture. Wait, guys. Okay. So yo guys, so I have completed this all this summary. I'll shoot this video. I think I have to shoot because I'm very seriously I'm shooting this video. Okay, so let me yeah, so I have shown you the three things, and the fourth thing is I brought my support material and all the two books, that is Flamingo Vistas. This is the book which is I not opened too much time this book because I have done too many things in my exam idea book. That's it. So the next book is uh, exam idea. So this book helps me a lot in the whole year, and I purchased first time in my entire tuition batch. After that, by looking my book, they all batch person purchase. This is the first book which I have purchased in my batch. So that's it. This is as I already told you my things that I have done. Yeah, okay. So here is the thing that helps me a lot in the whole year, and that's it. So let's learn the summary. I don't want that my videos got very longer. Okay, so wait guys, so basically guys, I have decided that I will shoot the at the time of shooting the video I'll tell the summary of all the things. Basically by doing this I got attention proper in my studies, and one thing is that I got a proper attention as well as and my video also recording, and as well as my English speaking skills also improving, and as well as tomorrow is my English exam, so that I can, if I speak then I will write. That's it. Wait guys, so guys, uh, basically let me tell you, this video is about to going very long, so please. We have 8 chapters in Flamingo and 6 chapters in Vistas and 5 poems. So today we have to complete all the introductions of this chapter, so that my mind can never divert to be anywhere while shooting this video, and you got too much advantage by listening this video. Wait guys, so the one thing is you guys very interesting that in the starting of the chapter, the first chapter's name is last lesson. You can guys notice that the first chapter of the book name is the last lesson. It should be at the end. It should be at the end in the chapter, the last lesson. What the thing that they have done. So the theme of the poem is, the chapter the last lesson covered the themes of patriotism, freedom of language, and love for one's mother tongue. The story stresses on the importance of education and the necessity to respect and learn one's own language. It also reflects to the unfair practices of linguistic chauvinism, refers to an unreasonable pride in one's own language while disregarding other language, this and considering it to be inferior. Guys, if I got any doubt to be here, Then I'll discuss, and maybe there would be an answer if I got the if I am understanding by reading this. Then I will not look at there. Okay, look at to their camera. Okay, look at the camera. So the main character is Mr. Hamel. So Mr. Hamel, a sincere French teacher, knew his subject well, passionate about the French language, considers French is the clearest, the most beautiful, and the most logical. Wait, guys, I'm doing wrong thing. I have to start from the this chapters, last chapters, like there are 8 chapters, so I have to start from 8, 7, 6, 5, and so on, because the starting chapter I already quite know, but at the end chapter there would be any kind of doubt, so that it could be a got of any kind of impression, so it will leads to the very bad effect. So let me start. If I unable to do every chapter to this video, then it will, maybe I'll do something yeah, let me put, guys, wait guys, let me firstly put my goggles so that my eye got not too much weak by looking at this screen. Okay, so let's start from the last chapter, that is going places. Okay, going places. The writer of this poem is A.R. Barton. The theme of the chapter is, in this chapter, the author stresses on the fact that it is quite natural for teenagers to have unrealistic dreams, especially when their families are not well off. If the fantasies, FANTASIES, are beyond our approach, it may lend to miseries. Youngsters usually idealize successful people and dreams of following their footsteps. Their dreams drive them away from the harsh realities of life. This makes it difficult for them to come in terms with life. Okay, the first character is Jancy. Jancy belonged to a middle class family. She was a sensible and a practical girl. Yeah, she did not have high ambitions in life, as she is aware of the realities of her life. She does not believe in fantasies like Sophie. She already knew that she has to work in a biscuit factory after completing school. Okay, Jancy, JANSIE. JANSIE. Okay. The next is Geoff. GEOFF. Geoff was a soft spoken person and an introvert. He preferred to live in reality and was very hardworking. Sophie. 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 Sophie was an outspoken and a daydreamer. She had various dreams and fantasies. She refused to accept the realities of life. Belonging to a middle class family, her fantasies were very far away from the reach. Someday, the story revolves around the life of Sophie, a teenager who, likes others of her age, is filled with fantasies and desires. She comes from a poor financial background but hopes to be sophisticated in the future. Sophie dreams of owning a boutique one day or being an actress or fashion designer, but her friend Jancy believes that both of them were earmarked to work for the biscuit factory. Jancy, who is more realistic, tries to make Sophie see reality, but they in vain. Sophie lives in a small house with her parents and brothers, Geoff and little Derek. Though she voices her feelings and desires, her parents ridicule her because they, unlike her, are more mature and know the truth of life. Sophie finds a sort of fascination for her elder brother Geoff, who is tall, strong, handsome, and reserved. She envies his silence and often wonders about his thoughts and areas of his life that she doesn't know about. Okay. The center of the story is that Sophie fantasizes about Danny Casey, an Irish football player whom she had seen playing in innumerable matches. She makes up a story about how she met him in the streets and tells this to Geoff. Geoff, who is more sensible than Sophie, does not really believe her even if she wants to. It seems an unlikely incident for Sophie to meet the Danny Casey. Let me remember this. I thought the Casey there is double S. Geoff, who is more sensible than Sophie, does not really believe her even if she wants to. It seems an unlikely incident for Sophie to meet the pro- prodigy in their street, but when Sophie describes the meeting in detail, he begins to hope that it could be true. She tells him that Danny has promised to meet her somewhere again. Yeah. Sophie gets pulled into the story she made that she herself begins to believe that it is true. She waits for the Irish player, but obviously he never arrives. Then she makes her way home, wondering how her brother would be disappointed on knowing that Danny Casey, okay, Danny Casey, Danny Casey, never showed up. However, Sophie still fantasizes, Fantasses, about her hero unperturbed. The whole story is about unrealistic dreams and how we love to indulge in them, knowing all the while that they have little possibility of coming true. The story seems to hint dreaming within limits unless you are impossibly ambitious, hardworking, and have loads of patience and perseverance. Such dreams are best kept under lock and key unless you like the taste of bitter disappointment. So let's learn the short question. Where was it most likely that two girls would find work after school? Sophie and Jancy belonged to a lower middle class families. Though Sophie dreamed of big and beautiful things, Jancy was more practical and realistic. It was most likely that the two girls would find work in the biscuit factory. The next question: what were the options that Sophie was dreaming of? Why does Jancy discourage her from having such dreams? Sophie had dreamed of having boutique in the city. She dreamed of becoming a manager, a fashion designer, or an actress. Then she discouraged her from having such dreams as Sophie's dreams were wild and impossible. She had neither the means nor the skills to achieve them. Third question: why did Sophie wriggle when Geoff told her father that she had met Danny Casey? Sophie had told Geoff not to tell about the meeting with Danny Casey to her father. She believed that her father would not believe it. He would rather scold her for telling such wild stories. Fourth question: does Geoff believe that Sophie says about her meeting with Danny Casey? Geoff finds it hard to believe when Sophie tells him about the meeting with Danny Casey, but he does not appear to disbelieve her either. If he would not believe her, he would not have told about it to his father and Jency's brother Frank. Does her father believe her story? Her father does not believe her story at all. He knows her habit of indulging in fantasy. He thinks it to be another of her wild stories. How does Sophie include her brother Geoff in her fantasy of her future? She does not know where her brother Geoff goes, but an unknown world and people fascinated her. She wishes to be closer to Geoff. She hopes that someday he would take her there. She imagines herself in a yellow dress riding behind Geoff and the world rising to greet them with an applause. Fourth question: which country did Danny Casey play from? United States, I thought, but here is written the Danny Casey played for United Kingdom, UK. Guys, comment down if you know the difference between US and UK. The United States and United Kingdom. But these both are belong to the one place or the another, or the United the one place has two names. Comment down if you really know that. So the fourth question is, why didn't Sophie want Jancy to know about her story with Danny? Why did not Sophie want Jancy to know about her story with Danny? Why? Let's tell. Sophie thought that Jancy was a stupid girl, as she would not be able to keep a secret. She would tell the whole neighborhood. People would come to Sophie and ask her what it was all about. Her father would be angry with her, and there would be a row in their family. Wow, what a fantasy girl. see, it seems like a normal person met like a not an is a suppose that Sophie is a girl who fantasizes that she met Shahrukh Khan and he was about to date her, and she keeps secret with his friends that his friend not if she tells to their friend, then it's told to all the neighborhood, and it will got a lots of fan following like that. The situation is happening, but the Shahrukh Khan is replaceable with Danny Casey. That's it. Did Sophie really meet Danny Casey? Sophie had not met Casey. It was only her fantasy. She imagined having met him, as she desired to meet him. She never meets him in reality, which was the only occasion when she got to see Danny Casey in person. The only occasion when she could have seen Danny Casey in the person was on Saturday. The whole family went to watch the United team play. She saw him in a person in the stadium. That's it. So this is the 10 questions of the around NCRT questions. I only read the thing as you read. So that's it. The next chapter, the last second chapter is interview. My gosh, this is the only one chapter which is I really don't understand still yet, and I thought that I will skip it, but I learned something with this chapter, and this is the last chance, last time to improve it to this chapter. That's it. The Interview by Christopher Sylvester. Theme of this chapter: The Interview, written by Christopher Sylvester, Christopher briefs the new invention interview in the field of journalism. Interview that was invented over 130 years has become a commonplace journalism. Today, every literate or illiterate will have to experience interview at some points of their life. It is surprising to notice that as an interviewer, each one is comfortable, whereas uh, as an interviewee, each one is comfortable, whereas as an interviewee, they feel it much disturbing and diminishing. Okay, here are two main characters, that is Mukund Padmanabhan and the second is Umberto Eco. The Mukund Padmanabhan is an interviewer from the Hindu who interviews Umberto Eco after his huge success of the book he wrote. Umberto Eco. He is the author of the popular novel Name of the Rose. He is a university professor. Writing novel in his is his hobby, which he does only on Sundays. He had written 40 scholarly works of non-fiction and 5 novels. He always identified himself with the academician community and never with the writers or novelists. Okay. Guys, basically the interview chapter is divided into two parts. The first part is what? The first part is another and the second part is another. Even I don't know the chapters two parts name. Let me firstly remember it, because it is not too much good having too much like that. Oh shit, part name is not given even a chapter, that's why here is not given. So part name is also not given. I am a professor who writes novel on Sunday, somebody. Okay, so let's learn from it. Summary: the part 1, the narration. Wait guys, yeah, let's start the summary. The narration, the interview, written by Christopher Sylvester, is a very interesting lesson speaking about the invention of the interview about 130 years ago. We face interviews throughout our journey of life, and several thousand celebrities are the part and parcel of this process. The opinions of of the interview, its function, methods, and merits vary considerably. Some people believe that they are able to recall the truth, while there are those who have a great despise from the word interview. They believe it to be a sorry. They believe it to be a kind of direct encounter into the lives of the celebrities. The lives of the celebrities. In this context, some of the world famed writers had varied opinion. According to V.S. Naipaul, a cosmopolitan writer, Some people are wounded by interviews and lose a part of themselves. I have to know that. V.S. Naipaul. V.S. Naipaul. Naipaul. His thought about the in interviews. Some people are wounded by interviews and lose a part of themselves. Given below is an extract from the interview of Umberto. Given below is an extract from an interview of Umberto Eco. He is interviewed by Mukund Padmanabhan from the Hindu. So, okay. So basically, the next part is about the Mukund Padmanabhan interviewing the Umberto Eco. Okay, so the Mukund is type. Okay, I'll change my voice. Mukund voice, the same which is I am telling, and the Umberto Eco. Okay, I am doing like that. So the voice is Umberto Eco is like that. Okay, so Mukund Padmanabhan. Once an English novelist, David Lodge remarked that he was unable to understand how Eco could do so many things. Umberto Eco. People might feel I'm doing many things, but in the end, I have found that I am always doing the same thing. Mokun. Which is that thing? Umberto Eco. It is very difficult to explain. I've got some philosophical interest which are pursued by my novels and academic work. There are many books for children. They are about peace and non-violence, and this is all philosophical interest. Even then, there is a secret. All of us have a lot of empty spaces in our lives, and I call them interstices. Suppose you are coming over an elevator to my place and I am waiting for you. This is an interstice, an empty space. I work in empty spaces. Your elevator will come up from the first to the third floor and I am waiting for it. I've already written an article. Mukund, it must be your non-fictional writing. Your work has a certain playful and personal quality about it. This is a departure from a regular academic style. You must have adopted an informal approach. Umberto Eco. While presenting my first doctoral dissertation in Italy, one of the professors said, scholars learn a lot of certain subjects, then they make a lot of false hypotheses, correct them, and give the conclusions, but you told the story of your research. At this stage, at this stage of 22, I understood that the scholarly books should be written the way I had done, by telling the story of the research. So my essays have a narrative aspects. At the age of 50, I started writing novels. I remember that my friend Roland Barthes was always frustrated that he was an essayist and not a novelist. He wanted to do some creative writing, but he died. In my case, I started writing novels by accident. The novels satisfied my taste for narration. Mukund, thus you became famous after the publication of The Name of the Rose. The Name of the Rose. You have written five novels and many more on non-fiction, among them a seminal piece of work on semiotics. If we ask people about Umberto Eco, they will say that he is a novelist. Does it trouble you, Umberto Eco? Of course, it troubles me. I consider myself a university professor who writes novels on Sundays. It is not a joke. I always participate in academic conferences. I do not attend the meeting of pen clubs and writers. I identify myself with the academic community. By writing novels, I am in a position to reach to the large number of people. I cannot expect to have 1 million readers with stuff on semiotics. Mukund, I ask you another question. Your novel, The Name of the Rose, is very serious novel. At one level, it is a detective tale, and then it goes deep into metaphysics, theology, and medieval history. It is being enjoyed by a large number of audience. Were you puzzled at all by this, Umberto Eco? No, the journalists are puzzled. We can even see this sometimes. Publishers also get puzzled because both believe that people like trash and do not like difficult reading experiences. Suppose there are 6 billion people in this planet and the novel is sold to 10 and 15 million. Thus, I am getting only a simple percentage of readers. Thus, these readers do not always want easy experiences after dinner at 9 p.m. I watch television and see Miami Vice or Emergency Room. I enjoy it and I need it, but not all day. Mukund, can you tell that how your novel has got a good success even if it deals with the medieval history? Humberto Eco. That's possible. But I can tell you another story. My American publisher told she did not expect to sell more than 3,000 copies in a country where some has seen a cathedral or studied Latin. So I was given an advance for 3,000 copies, but in the end it sold 2 or 3 million in the US. So many books have been written about the medieval past, but the book has a mysterious success. Nobody can predict it. If I had written it 10 years earlier or later, it would not have been the same. Why it worked is a mystery. Thus, the novel The Name of the Rose has got a good success. Yeah, guys, this is what happened in this story, and I really feels not too much good while reading this, but I understand the totally what this story is actually trying to tell us. I have to write N.S. Naipaul, N.S. N-A-I-P-A-U-L, N.S. Naipaul. Yeah, no, not NS, VS Naipaul. VS Naipaul first. Okay, NS VS. Okay, after S. Okay, so let's learn some NCRT question. What are some of the positive views on interviews? The writer believes that interview helps in finding out the hidden talents of person. Several thousand celebrities have been interviewed over the years. They regard it as the highest form of deciding the truth, but in the practice is it is an art. Thus, an interview helps us to know the truth as well as the art. Why do most celebrity writers despise being interviewed? What is belief in some primitive cultures about being photographed? Some of the world famed writers are averse to being photographed. They despise it vehemently and offer their condemnatory remarks. It is like taking a photographic portrait of somebody after that his soul is stolen. It is like taking off. It is like taking a photographic. It is like taking a photographic portrait of somebody. After that, his soul is stolen. It is the severest offense of life. Thus, many people regard it as a crime and offense. So the next question is, what do you understand by the expression thumbprints on his wine pipe? The writer opinions. Interviewing is like the thumbprints on this wine. It is related to the fact of something, a person whose finger imprints can be traced on the throat. Similarly, the writer perceives an interview as immoral, uh, a crime, and an offense. No respectable person believes in an interview. This expression explains the feeling of being suffocated. Okay, let's do it the third last chapter. The third last chapter is Poets and Pancakes. So let's read out this chapter. The theme of this chapter has been taken from My Years with Boss, written by Asoka Mithran. Through this write-up, Asoka Mithran brings up a lot of topics pertaining to film industry in particular, and India in general, and provides the reader a glimpse of independent India in its infancy. Asoka Mithran also tells about the manner in which Asoka Mitran also tells about the manner in which the legal advisor ruins the career of talented actress and wittingly. Communism also finds a place in the musings of Asoka Mitran at that time of India. The educated folk took pride in showing their support for communism and Gemini of India. The educated folk took pride in showing their support in the studios. Gemini Studios was no exception. He also mentioned the anti-communism movement run by the West. Wait, guys, let me rest because it all I've already completed in 1 hour. So in this chapter, the first character name is Asoka Mitran. Basically, he is also a author of this story. The author of the narrative and an employee of Gemini Studio. Asoka Mitran's works was to cut newspaper clippings, paste these and maintain in a file of the same. The other staff looked down on his job and believed themselves to be a superior to him. Office boy. The office boy was not really a boy, but a grown-up man. He was 40 years old. He was in charge of the crowd makeup. Though his job was an easy one, he considered himself to be a skilled artist. He had once aspired to be a star actor or a top screenwriter. He blamed Subbu for his failure. Kothamangalam Subbu. Kothamangalam Subbu was the number 2 at Gemini Studios, though he definitely came from a less advanced. Wait, guys. So let's again learn about this Kothamangalam Subbu. Kothamangalam Subbu was the number 2 at Gemini Studios, though he definitely came from a less advanced background than the office boy. Being a Brahmin by birth had given him better exposure than the office boy. He had the ability to look cheerful at all time and had undivided loyalty was to Vasan. Wait, guys. The principal of Gemini Studios, extremely creative, Subbu directed all his talents to his principal's advantage. Though a brilliant actor, he was content playing secondary roles and usually performed better than the lead actors. Without a doubt, Subbu gave direction and definition to Gemini Studios during its golden years. Subbu was an extremely talented poet as well. Though capable of writing complex poetry, he deliberately chose to write in simple Tamil words to enlighten the masses. Generous to the court, Subbu is house was permanent residence of for the dozens of near and distant relations whom he fed and supported without a thought. Yet even Subbu had enemies. Legal advisor. Like Subbu, the story department of Gemini Studios also had a lawyer officiously known as a legal advisor, though better known for the opposite reasons. While every other member of the story department wore a khadi dhoti and white khadi shirt, the legal advisor wore pants and a tie and sometimes an oversized coat. He is described as a man of cold logic in a crowd of dreamers. He was responsible for destroying the acting career of a highly talented actress by his irresponsible behavior. Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender, an English poet, editor, and a one time communist, came to Gemini Studios and gave a speech. His lecture was about communism on one side and about his struggles to establish as a poet on the other. Wait, guys. Yeah. The content of the speech and the accent of the poet left everyone utterly bewildered. The reason for his visit remained an unexplained mystery. Asoka Mittal later discovered that Stephen Spender was the editor of the British periodical Encounter when he accidentally chanced upon Spender's essay on communism in the book The God That Failed. Asoka Mittal understood the connection between the English poet Stephen Spender and the owner of the Gemini Studios SS Vasan. So 10:19 already happened. So I minimum I have to sleep till 12. So because I already revised from last 5 chapters as I know, and the last 3 chapters, that is Poets and Pancakes, the interview, going places. I some doubt that it will be clearing about after reading this summary. Okay, so I'll take decision after reading this. Okay, after completing this chapter, some decision. Okay, confident. The essay Poets and Pancakes is an extract from Ashoka Mitran's book My Years with Boss. The boss was S.S. Vasan, who founded the Gemini Studios, which produced a number of films that influenced every aspect of Indian life. Asuka Mitran talks about his days at Gemini Studios. He is known for his humor and gentle satire. He explains us about a makeup material. The brand name of this material was Pancake. This material was bought and used up in the studios. He gives name of few actresses who used that material. He suggests that the makeup department was located in a building which was believed to have been Robert Clive's stable. However, there were several buildings associated with the Robert Clive's residence, but this was not true as Clive's stay in India was very short-lived. Further, he gives a description of the makeup department as a symbol of as a symbol of national integration, symbol of national integration, and the makeup room as a hair cutting salon. Pancake and many other lotions made actors ugly as it was necessary to make them presentable in the movie. In the makeup department, there was a 40-year-old office boy with dream of becoming a star actor or director or lyrics writer. His dreams remained unfulfilled, making him frustrated. For this, he blamed Subbu, who was number two and a favorite of the boss. The writer tells about poets who used to wear khadi and believed that communists were monsters. He even tells about legal advisor who had been the member of the story department. He was at odds in the department and lost his job with the closure of the story department. The legal advisor had even once brought an abrupt end to the promising career of a talented actresses. The Gemini Studios even hosted a 200 strong modern realment army which sought to place in the most professional manner. The plays became a good success and left their impression on Tamil drama. Later, the writer, however, learned that the MRA was actually a counter-communist movement. The writer even tells us about Subbu, a man of many abilities and kind-hearted person. However, the office boy felt jealous of him and cursed him. The writer humorously tells of an English poet's visits to the studios. Though royal preparations were done, but the purpose of his arrival was a misery. For a mystery for a long time to come. At these studios, they had never heard the poet's name before. Further, they did not understand what he spoke. The poets also perhaps felt baffled. Ashoka Mitran's duty at the studios was to cut newspapers clippings on several issues and store them in files. However, anyone who saw him tearing newspapers thought he had no work. Thus, everybody wanted to deliver some work to him. The author saw a notice in the Hindu. A short story contest had been organized by a British periodical called The Encounter. The writer decided to send an entry. However, he wanted to know status of the periodical. For this, he went to British Council Library. There, he found it. He learned that the editor of the periodical was Stephen Spender, the poet who had come to Gemini Studios. After his retirement, he came across a book titled "The God That Failed." It had six essays about failure of communism. One of these essays was written by Spender. The mystery of Spender's visit to Gemini Studios was cleared. Perhaps it had something to do with his anti-communist perspective. I'm confused with the two names. The writer of the interview, that is Christopher Sylvester, and the mystery man of this chapter, the I think interview. Okay, Stephen Spender. I confused with two names. So let's learn the main questions of this chapter. What does the writer mean by the fiery misery of those subjected to makeup? The makeup room had incandescent lights at all angles. These lights gave fiery heat. Sitting in the makeup room with these lights was sitting near furnace. It was a fiery misery the boys and girls had to endure. What is the example of national integration that the author refers to? The makeup department, including people from all parts of India, initially a Bengali headed it. He was succeeded by a Maharashtrian who was assisted by a Dharwar Kannadiga, an Andhra Madras Indian Christian, and Anglo Burmese, and the local Tamils, so it presented a picture of national integration. What did Office Boy do in Gemini Studios? Why did he join the studios? Why was he disappointed? The Office Boy painted the faces of the actors who acted for crowd. He had joined the studios years ago with the hope of becoming a star actor or a top screenplay writer, director, or lyricist. However, he has disappointed as he felt his great library talent was being wasted. Why did the author appear to be doing nothing at the studios? The writer used to sit at his desk and cut newspapers clippings, so everyone thought that he was doing nothing. Who was the off? Why was the office boy frustrated? Who did he saw his anger on? Okay. Who was Subbu's principal? The producer was Subbu's principal. Okay. Subbu is described as many science genius. List four of his special abilities. Subbu had the ability to keep cheerful every time. He was tailor made for films. He could completely identify himself with his principal. He possessed a great poetic talent. Why was the legal advisor referred to an opposite by others? What made the lawyer stand out from the others at Gemini Studios? Did the people of Gemini Studios have any particular political affiliation? Why was the Model Rearmament Army welcomed at the studios? Yeah, guys. This is all the questions, guys, that actually happened, and he is not returned over the serious question. So let's come to the fourth last chapter. Wait, guys. The fourth last chapter is about the. I have to read this because I think it's the important chapter. Okay, the theme of the first of all, the chapter name is Indigo, as you already know that Indigo. In this chapter, Indigo, the main theme covered by the author as is that how an effective leadership can overcome any problem. The chapter tells us about the leadership shown by Mahatma Gandhi to secure justice for the oppressed people through convincing argumentation and negotiation. Basically, guys, the chapter that is Indigo, the leader's name, not a reader, the poet name is the writer, the author name is Louis Fisher. Now let me correct it, the spelling. After that, I will check. Louis Fisher, Louise Fischer. Louis Fischer. Louis spelling is not Louis. Louis means Louis, not T. Okay. Fisher spelling is correct. Fischer. The main character is Rajkumar Shukla. Rajkumar Shukla was a poor sharecropper who was a victim of British landlords. Though he was illiterate, he was determined to fight against the injustice of the British landlords, and to fight them. He goes to meet Gandhiji to seek his help. It was because of Rajkumar Shukla that Gandhiji came to Champaran village in Bihar. Later, the struggle with the British landlords became a turning point in the fight for the independence of India. The second person is Charles Freer Andrews. Charles Freer Andrews was an English pacifist who became a devoted follower of Gandhi. He came to bid farewell to Gandhi before going on a tour to Fiji Islands. Gandhi's lawyer friends insisted him to stay and help them in the battle, but Gandhiji strongly opposed, saying that they must not really rely on an Englishman but on themselves to win the battle. Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known as Mahatma Gandhi, was a highly intelligent and perspective man. His fundamental principles were non-violence and self-reliance. His entire political campaign for the development of the country was based on these two principles. So basically, here's the short summary so that I am going to read out, but if there is long, then I'll not read because in this chapter, as I already know what actually happened in this poem. Okay. So the story Indigo, written by Louis Fischer, narrates Gandhiji's struggle for the poor peasants of Champaran. The peasants were sharecroppers with the British planters. According to an old agreement, the peasants had to produce indigo on 15% of the land. Uh, according to an planters, according, planters. According to an old agreement, the peasants had to produce indigo on 15% of the land and give it as rent to the landlords. Around 1917, it was told that Germany had developed a synthetic indigo, so the British planters now no longer desired the indigo crop. To release the peasants from the old 15% agreement, they demanded compensation from them. Most of the illiterate peasants agreed to it. However, others refused. Lawyers were engaged to go to the court at that time on the request of Rajkumar Shukla, a sharecropper. Gandhiji appeared in Champaran. He fought for the poor peasants a long battle for 1 year and managed to get justice for them. The peasants now got courage and became aware of their rights along with the political and economic struggle. Gandhiji worked on the social level also. He made arrangements for the education, health, and hygiene of the families of poor peasants by teaching the lesson of self-reliance. It was one of the ways to forward the struggle for Indian independence. Okay, guys. So this is the summary. Let me rest. So let's read out the some questions of this chapter. Why is Rajkumar Sula described as being resolute? Rajkumar Sukla requested Gandhiji to go with him to his area called Champaran. Gandhiji was engaged at that time. However, Sukla did not let go of Gandhiji. He followed him wherever he went. Finally, Gandhiji had to arrange and fix time to go with him. This shows that Sukla was resolute. I think, according to me, so resolute means Jiddi. Let's say I don't, but maybe. Why do you think the servants thought Gandhi to be another peasant? List the places that Gandhiji visited between his first meeting with Shukla and his arrival at Champaran. Gandhiji visited the following places: Patna, Rajendra Prasad's house; Muzaffarpur, Professor Malkani's home; and lastly Champaran. What did the peasants pay the British landlords as rent? What did the British now wanted instead, and why? What would be the impact of synthetic indigo on the prices of natural indigo? The peasants in the part of the text illustrate Gandhi's methods of working. Can you? Yeah, that's all the things. Why did Gandhi agree to settle a 25% refund to the farmers? Okay, let me clear one thing. Difference between 15% and 25%. In the first, the sharecroppers have to pay their 15% of their land to the sharecropper, but after coming to the synthetic indigo, the sharecropper have to pay 25%. uh, no, yeah, they have to 25%. The peasants have to grow indigo. Okay, okay, let me clear. When synthetic indigo not came on the time, the sharecroppers give 20, have to they the peasants had to grow indigo on 15% of their land, and but after coming to the synthetic indigo they have to pay no but after coming to the synthetic indigo, the Gandhi demanded to the Britishers they have to refund the sharecroppers amount 25%. That's it. How this episode changed the plight of the pleasant suffering? Let's going to the next chapter. The rat trap. Already know. Deep water, fantastic. But let me check. Let me learn the summary of this. Deepwater talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcome it. His first such experience was on the sea beach. He was with his father when a powerful wave swept over him. The wave receded, it left Douglas. Though the wave receded, it left Douglas petrified. He decided to learn swimming. For this, he chose the YMCA pool. It was safe. Its depth at the shallow end was only 2 feet. However, the deep end was 9 feet deep. One day, a strong young man picked Douglas and tossed him into the deep side of the pool. Douglas sank to the bottom, however, and he jumped and came up gradually. Fear had seized him and he was nearly drowned. His efforts to save himself went in. His efforts to save himself went in vain. No one came to his rescue. He tried to breathe but swallowed water. Though death was at his doorstep, he experienced complete freedom from the fear of death. He lay in complete peace. There was no sensation of fear of death, some. But guys, I already know the summary of this. It's a time pass. The next chapter is Lost Spring. Sometimes I find a rupee in a garbage. I want to drive a motor car. Sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. I want to drive a car. Lost Spring, Lisa. That's it. And the last but not the, the last lesson. As I in the starting, as I already told you about the last lesson. Alphonse Tourette. Got it. So Flamingo chapters, all the chapters have been completed. Let's go into the poem. My Mother Sick. The first poem is which is written by Kamala Das. Summary. While driving from her parents' home to Cochin International Airport, Kamala Das notices her mother who was sitting beside her dozing with her mouth open. Her mouth face was pale like a dead body. The expression on her face. So I have to this complete from the last to the first. Okay. The last lesson is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. Okay. So basically, introduction. I don't want to read introduction. Let's learn the theme. The poem revolves around the desires and the depressingly harsh realities of Aunt Jennifer's existence, using sharp contrast between the tigers and herself. The tigers appears to be in sharp contrast to her personality. The tiger's actions are smooth, uninhibited, and robust. Aunt Jennifer, on the other hand, has great trouble even to embroider because her movements are so weak. Aunt Jennifer is evidently a lonely, pained old woman plagued by anxiety. The reasons for her miserable plight is the oppressive patriarchal family system, wherein the whole soul of the family is the male and it is he who dominates the scene. She creates an alternative world of freedom, a world that she longs for. Summary. In the feminist poem, which is critical of the male world, Aunt Jennifer creates an alternate world of freedom in her art. The tiger of Aunt Jennifer stitching are irrespective of her desire of the free. Let me read it mind. It possible. Guys, I think by reading the summary, I'm not doing the right word because I already know the summary what actually happened. Let me read out the main questions. How do denizens and chivalric add to our understanding of the tiger attitudes? Like all beasts of prey, the tigers are the denizens of forests. They live far away from human settlements. They are called chivalric. This indicates the majestic and honorable position that they occupy in the world of animals. So the use of words denizens and chivalric or add to our understanding of the tiger's attitudes. What do you think Aunt Jennifer's hands are fluttering through her wool in the second stanza? Why is she finding the needle so hard to pull? Aunt Jennifer's hands are fluttering through her wool because she is an old lady on whom age has taken its toll. The fluttering of Aunt Jennifer's fingers also signifies her oppressed mental condition, which makes it difficult for her to even pull an ivory needle while embroidering. So this is the what guys that happens, and the next chapter is the roadside stand, already done, and all the chapters I have already done. The next book is Vistas, the third level clear. Let me revise it from the last chapter. Memories of childhood. Let me check first the syllabus. Memories of childhood. I already know what actually happened in this chapter. But let me first, okay, let me read first. The first day in school was a bitter and cold day. The noise made the day. First poem is The Cutting of My Long Hair by Jitkala Shah. The first day in the school was a bitter and cold day. The noise made by the breakfast bell, the clatter of the shoes, and the constant murmuring voices in a foreign tongue annoy the author. She sees many girls dressed in clinging dresses with stiff shoes and singled hair. She finds the breakfast ritual of doing things according to the bell strange. She calls it eating by formula. More atrocities were to follow for the new girl. Jitkala's friends were overheard to talk about cutting the long hair of the new girls. For Jitkala, this was absolutely atrocious. She belonged to a Native American warrior tribe. The tradition was to keep long and heavy hair. Only those warriors captured by the enemy had their hair singled. Short hair was worn by mourners and singled hair by cowards. Chitkala uh, Sa tries to rebel by hiding herself but finally gets caught. Her voluble protest bear no fruit, and her hair is also singled forcibly on the very first day. The extract describes the narrator's agony. She lost her beautiful long hair. Nobody provided comfort to her. Other children in the school had singled hair, so she felt herself as one of the many animals driven by a herder. We too are human beings. Bama. Bama was an innocent child living in a village. She had never heard of the word untouchability during her childhood. Certain small incidents of her life made her feel that she was born in the marginalized caste. She was a happy peppy girl. She loved the short but long walk from her school to her home. The plethora of beauty that she experienced on the way back from school made her very happy. The performing monkey, the snake charmer, the way back to charmer, the Mariata temple, the Pongal offerings being cooked in front of the temple, she could just go on and on looking at the beautiful sights. Once, when she was in the class third while going home and on looking at the beautiful sights, once she saw her people working hard for their landlords. In spite of their hard work, the landlords humiliated them. Bama further narrates how an elder of their street had to act in humiliating manner just because he belonged to the Dalit community. The village landlord sent the elderly man to get some vadai. For him, the man held the packet by its string. He was not supposed to touch the packet as his touch would pollute the vadai. That is why he had to carry the packet by its string. When Bama's elder brother told her all the reasons behind this, her mind filled with revolt. She was enraged, thinking why her elders worked so hard for those people who despised them so much. She wanted her people to stop paying undue respect and reverence to the upper caste people. Her brother told her that if they study hard and progress in their lives, it would help them in throwing away the indignities. Education is their weapon with which they fight back the society. Bama did the same and got many friends in her life. Education gave her double-sided sword to fight very sharply against the unjustified caste system. That's the poem. On the face of it, Mr. Lamb and Diary, I already know this chapter, then there is no need to revise this chapter again. The next chapter is should wizard hit mummy. It is not in our syllabus, so that it is not necessary to learn this. Okay, the enemy. Basically, it is a big chapter, but I have to complete it. So first of all, without doing any further delay, let's learn the theme. In the chapter The Enemy, the author stresses on the fact that humanity requires one to overcome prejudices and hatred, especially against one's enemies. Through this chapter, the author conveys the message that humanism transcends all man-made prejudices and barriers. The main character is Dr. Sadao, a Japanese doctor trained by Americans, dedicated surgeon and doctor, kind prejudiced against the white man. Hana, she is the wife of Dr. Sadao. They met in Antarctica, became friends, and got married in Japan. Balanced woman stands with her husband, responsible, dignified, and graceful. Tom, he is an American prisoner of war, strong willpower. General Takema, he is a famed Japanese war hero. He is selfish and careless. Yumi, the servant who looked after Dr. Sadao and Hana's children, loves children, loyal to the country, prejudiced against white men. Domestic servants, loyal to the country and prejudiced against white men. So let's read out the chapter. The enemy. Dr. Sadao and his wife. Hannah stood outside their house. A man suddenly appears out of the ocean. They ran towards him. To their shock, he was an American prisoner of war who was badly wounded and had become unconscious. Sadao is torn between his duty as a doctor and his loyalty towards Japan. As citizens having a sense of national loyalty, they felt in their duty to put the man back into the sea. However, soon they rose above narrow prejudices and brought the man into their house, even though they faced open defiance from their domestic staff. They looked after the man. They realized the risk inherent in harboring the enemy. Dr. Sadao knew that he would not be arrested and condemned by the ruthless general, as he himself might need his services any time for an operation. Sadao informed the ailing general about the enemy in his house. The latter plans to get rid of the American and promises to send people to do the needful. However, the general forgot to do so after a while. As the American got better, Sadao made arrangements for him to go to an island nearby from where he could try to get off enemy boundaries. So that's it, that's all the things happen. Journey to the end of the earth. Okay. This chapter I have to focus it because I say here. First of all, let me take the rest. So basically the third chapter is Journey to the End of the Earth. The theme of this chapter is Tisani Doshi visited to Antarctica, the coldest, driest and windiest continent in the world, aboard the Russian research vessel Academic Sukalsky. Gave her a deeper understanding and a better perspective to the damage caused by human impact on Earth. Antarctica, tough though unpopulated, has been affected, and there is growing concern for its half a million year old carbon records trapped under its ice sheets. The Students on Ice program takes high school students to Antarctica to create awareness in them, the future policy makers, and helps students realize that the threat of global warming is very real. Summary: humans who have existed a mere 12,000 years have caused tremendous damage and played havoc with nature. Population explosion, strain on available resources, carbon emissions, fossil fuels, and global warming have all resulted in climatic and ecological imbalances that have affected Antarctica too. The Students on Ice program, an initiative of Canadian educator Geoff Green, takes students, the future policy makers, to Antarctica to create awareness in them. This stark proof of global warming and environmental threats helps students attain a greater understanding of the Earth's ecosystem and biodiversity. Next chapter is the Tiger King, as I already know better. The third, the last, the first chapter of the Vistas is the third level. Jack Finney, the writer, I already know. So, this is the what, guys, that happens today, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let's uh, end this video. First of all, if you really likes my videos, then if you really impressed by watching my videos, then please like it. If you like my videos, it really motivates me and encourages me to upload more and more videos. And that's it. uh, so let's end the video, guys. See you, Radhe. Bye bye.